Yo, another day in the lab, baby. So it's always a good day.
Oh,
it's always a good day when we in the lab. You want policing to be better in your communities? The best policing that you can that can happen in any community are people that's actually from the community and that.
Once again, Rick, host BNY podcast, now known as What Effing Week with BNY Dev. How you feeling, man?
I'm in here.
What's good, comment section?
Yeah.
Do we drag our people down when sometimes they don't deserve it? For sure, absolutely. In this situation, this man deserves every single dragging that we can do because this is not an example of us.
But you got the angles. You got the knowledge of the game, bro.
This is where you're getting at, the IQ.
Down. Like he's telling you what's going on. How he was a bad husband. How he was just doing things his way. He's apologizing to his wife like, yo.
Pat ourselves on the back for that one because if you ain't give yourself awards, I mean, who is?
Yeah, no boy.
Hey. That Bonaparte ride out.
Shout out to Bonaparte.
Bonaparte always getting a shout out on the podcast too as well.
I mean, the groove, it kind of fits like what we do. You know what I'm saying?
That go inspired.
Yes, very much so. Shout out to Bonaparte. Real.
Hey, shout out to us. We back, baby.
Hey, we in here.
One time.
Here.
BNY. How's it going? Set man for the night, Rick Williams, Dev Ray right next to me. Got the new setup.
New setup.
How's
Hope
it
y'all
feel?
enjoy it. You know, we like it. Y'all like it. Y'all let us know in the comments how y'all feel about it.
Yeah, do a little something different here. Actually, I'm about to trump that red light here too as well.
Kill it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, but not for the time being. But before we do anything else, Reggie Barksdale, owner commissioner, Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football League. My two boys are part of it, part of their second season now too as well. Great work you've been doing. Little backstory how this podcast came about. So obviously we've had some time off the past month. Dev been doing his thing too as well. Shout out to the kids.
Definitely.
Me personally,
full-time dadding is not a game.
Me too as well with coaching. So about 3 days a week, then multiple games on the weekend, several teams too as well. So shout out to my boys over at Rush. But we finally back as far as October.
Yeah.
So last week I'm at the field. I just got back from where I get back from. I was Chantilly, Virginia. Yeah. I was way out there, like an hour and a half from here. So I walk up, see a little jet plane, and then this man right here walks up to me, says, "Hey baby, I love the podcast. I get me on this sometime."
I did.
I'm like, that's a bet, I got no problem. It's like, man, I'm Reggie. I run this. I'm like, oh, you Reggie. I'm like, you the Facebook comedian behind the page too as well. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, we got to talk, and then I think the next day we solidified it. So yeah, definitely one time for you, and appreciate all you've done in the community.
Thank you. Definitely.
Absolutely. But before we do anything else, we're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. Dev, you can clean up for us.
Got you. Look, y'all know it's been a while, but if you've been a fan and following the show, y'all know what's coming next. It's your boy asking y'all to give us that Showtime love. If you don't know what the Showtime love, let's just say you're new to the show and we've been off for a while, so you probably haven't heard me. Let me run that back for you. Showtime love is real simple. Keep it straight to the point. Like the show, love the show, hate the show. You watch the show. Take the time out. Like, share, subscribe. Hop in the comments and let us know what y'all think about it. The boys over here at BNY, our guests, what we doing, good, bad, or the ugly, however you feeling, let us know. But take that time out. Watch the show, love the show, hate the show. Take that time out to let your boys know how we doing over here.
And like we always say, share doesn't cost anybody anything.
It doesn't.
Just to promote, local, obviously, huge focus we do in Charles County. Expand the podcast. We've had a lot of political candidates on, which we still will too as well. But definitely looking forward to, like I said, expansion. To a tonight's podcast with our guy Reggie. So, without further ado, let's get right to it.
Facts.
So, first and foremost, who is Reggie Barksdale?
Wow.
Yeah, let's get right to it.
Let's get everybody love a good origin story.
Reggie Barksdale, Uncle Reggie, Mr. Reggie, Commissioner Reggie, all those. I guess today I'm here representing Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football League. commissioner of Flag Football League. Been the commissioner since 2016. Grew up in Danville, Virginia. I've been here about 30 years. Moved down here from county. So Charles County is
Mm-hmm. Now, what I want to take a little quick sip right there.
that's okay.
Yeah, I thought I had a little more time. Mistimed that one. But so you've been running the league for how long now?
Since 2016.
Okay. And did you have any leagues before that? Anything sports wise that you did, kids playing or coaching?
No, what I did was I had a youth organization called Next Level. I used to take high school football players in the country scholarships. So at that time, my kids were high school. So I think right around the end of that.
Oh, really?
Just on taking trips. That 3-road gas burning expedition.
Yeah, that gas guzzler.
Yeah, me and a couple of parents would go up and down the East Coast, man, trying to bring recognition and recruiting to Southern football.
Right.
None of the kids that school looking at that was in the sent out.
It's in the line wire era.
Yeah, look, you mailing them out to coaches and stuff, hoping that they actually get them.
That they work,
director.
Right.
Man, that's tough.
So we was doing that and make our own apparel to go out there to try to be noticeable. So that's how the T-shirt business.
Okay.
Wait, real quick. You said the sound's going in and out. Let me know. As everybody can hear us. If not, then I'll make a few adjustments, which should be pretty easy to take care of. So just let us know in the comment section how we sound so far.
If it's a specific person, like try to be as specific as possible. That we try to narrow.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so let's start off with that.
Okay.
So you were driving these kids up and down the East Coast,
Yes,
to get recruited. What was the process of that? Were you just calling school? Hey, I got a kid you may like.
Well, back then you couldn't even call. All you could do was email coaches. So you would get on the internet and look up staff directory, athletic staff directory, try to friend a recruiting coordinator, position coach, reach out to him, try to find out when a camp is, when a school visit is, when it's dead period, when are we allowed to come up. So that was kind of fun, man, because some of the kids had never been outside of Charles County. So to go to University of Pittsburgh, some kids had never seen some of the other schools, Syracuse. We would drive up to Maine. It was actually good times for dads and the sons. We got a chance to spend a lot of hours together, quality time.
Driving up to Maine. Yeah, that gas guzzler.
Ride, man.
Gas guzzler, man.
What's that, about 15, 16 hours?
I think that one we caught a plane to catch a train to get the.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
that drive now.
now we did crisscross the state of Pennsylvania, going from University of Pitt to Temple. Like I said, when they got to Temple, they was not aware that Temple was located with Temple. They thought Temple was the Bill Cosby T-shirt sweater wearing Temple.
Oh, no.
Temple different.
Yeah. Temple the surrounding area.
Yeah, Temple surrounding area was different. But the kids from the DMV, they could understand that because it's like hanging out PG, DC.
Fairly similar.
But they got a chance to see a lot of places, go down to Georgia Tech. We hit everything on the East Coast trying to get.
So you brought them down there. What's the visit like? It's just they walk around campus. They
Work
can see
out, do position drills.
Okay.
Play a little 7-on-7. We would grab a hotel and come back the next day.
Okay.
About 8 of us in a hotel room.
So it'd be like an open
trials.
Like an
it's like
open
a
trial,
combine.
basically. Yeah, okay, okay.
Like an NFL combine style.
And this would be after the coach saw the video of the player and said, "Yeah, come on
right.
through."
He'll invite you in. Yep.
Okay.
Send him a DVD or a YouTube link or something. Old school recruiting.
Telling you, those days.
Yeah. Now recruiters show up at the school.
That's it. They got the Air app and they got all this stuff, man. You can upload the video.
You got IG or TikTok.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Man.
They got all the new tools now. It was the work. Like I said, there's dinosaurs in all the games.
Yes. So you say you got 35 to 40 kids. What schools?
They went to a little bit of everything. I think Connor Crowell went to Ohio State.
Okay.
A couple of kids went to Maine. A couple went to some D2, D3 schools. It worked out. We had a good time competing with other schools, other kids.
Do you think that So you're not running that actively anymore.
No, once the oldest ones went off to school, I kind of cut that.
Okay.
But you think it helped as far as the players behind them? Now that there's schools looking in this area, and it kind of things are able to grow from there.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, we had the head coaches of all the schools. They were on board. Bethington, Bradshaw down right around state champion. I definitely think that it shed a lot of light on Southern America. Let them know that we got athletes.
Yeah.
Ball with anybody.
Yeah,
I was in Maryland,
absolutely.
and it's not like Maryland isn't known for
Yeah.
their athletics, especially football and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's just Charles County being like area.
So
They're looking at the PG
So is my
counties,
mic
the low
going out?
counties.
Oh, you're good to
Mic
go.
check.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're solid. Yeah.
I was peeking at the comments. I think.
Yeah. Nah, you're solid. So, all right. So from there, obviously your kids are grown now. So what brought you back to the youth level? Why Southern Maryland?
With flag football, my kids have always been a part of Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football.
Mm-hmm.
We played flag football in the spring. They played tackle in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So we all, since flag football started, I think Doug and Lynetta set up the league 2005. We've been a part of it since day one.
Okay.
So we always been a part of the league, and my kids always played. So at some fashion, I always had my hand in the league.
Right.
So I never left it. It just, I assumed more duties. A
So
whole lot of duties now.
what year did you end up taking over?
I purchased it in 2016.
26. How was that process? Like, what led to you purchasing the organization? What kind of led up to it?
Well, like I said, I was coaching my kids while they were playing. I also own Envision Printing, which was my T-shirt business. And while my kids were playing, it wasn't swag back then, but whatever you want to call it, we made sure we had the look. We had the T-shirts,
right.
we had the socks, we had the headbands, the wristbands.
Mhm.
So, and then Doug, it caught the attention of the owner, and I personalized all my kids' jerseys with nicknames.
Mm.
So he was like, "Would you be interested in doing that for the league?" I was like, "Sure."
Right.
So I started doing it for the league and giving some back to Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football League, and so that developed a contract where my company personalized the jerseys.
Okay.
So you personalized the jerseys, and then from there, you actually approached to run everything.
He approached me. I was cool coaching, doing what I do. I had a
Yeah.
real job, 24/7, essential personnel. Always had to work all the time.
Right.
So the league came up for sale, and he walked by me one day and he was like, "I'm selling the league." I was like, "Okay." He was like, "Cool." I was like, "Can I keep my contract to personalize the jerseys?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, good." So then another few days went by. We had a meeting, and he was like, "I can't find anybody to buy the league." I'm like, "Uh-oh." He's like, "I can find somebody with personality and not the cash flow, and I can find somebody with cash flow and not the personality." What you getting at? He's like, "I think you'd be right for this." He counting my coins.
Yeah,
He got his hand in my pocket.
Saw them receipts from them shirts
Saw
over the
the
years.
stuff, right. So we had a meeting about it, and I asked for the price, and he gave me the price, and he was willing to break it down into installments. So I said, "It's okay. We can do this." So when I did it, I think I stepped in over my head because I had no idea it was this much work. I saw he was doing it along with his wife, and they made it look easy. So I was just doing my part, and I was like, I had no idea how to run a business. I could run a T-shirt business.
Right.
You know, I could do that in the basement, so to speak.
Mhm.
But to actually set up a league, put kids on teams, deal with the parents, that was overwhelming at first. Parents. Because I'm not that outgoing type person where I want to just talk to parents all the time. So that it takes a while to get there. I'm used to just doing my task, and if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. Not doing a task where people gonna come back and say, "Hey, this ain't right." Well, what about this? And what about that? And what about that? So that took a while. So at that point, I was like, "Man, it's too much."
Mm-hmm.
It done set me up.
So let's break this down like an ounce of glue. What up, Nell? Shout out to the basement T-shirt business.
Facts.
Yeah.
All about it.
Shout out to our guy Nell too as well. Runs a basement T-shirt business himself. So
Good look, brother.
yeah. Let's take this back for a second. So you purchased the league. What was that first year like? I know you mentioned parents too as well, but the logistics, Did you have any help? How was the hiring process, getting coaches,
Coaches,
referees,
coaches always
space?
been a hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Even now with 300 plus kids, I got the same 30 coaches. So I'm gonna lean on a couple of dads this year and going forward, because I think they should try to get out a little bit and help. You know what I mean? We're old school, so I've always been that type of coach, my kids type. But now I guess with people's schedules, everyone's kind of busy. So I'm always recruiting coaches. But when I took over the league, I had my core coaches, I had the referee. My comment to Doug was, this thing runs swell. I just need to keep it in the road, keep it in the tracks, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's it.
driving this thing down the road. But the challenges I had was, of course, you had to pay him. I had to make payments. So the first couple of years, the league operated in the red. I couldn't afford to pay anybody to help me other than just the referee. But all of that background work that people never see, this is like actually having another job. And then for somebody that's new, it takes a while for you to understand how a business works, how a business operates. So that first year, man, I was hurt. I was hurt. I won't even lie about it. It made a little bit of money, but like I said, once all the money you made, you had to dump it back. I had to make the payments on the league. So I was primarily working for free for like 3-4 years. Yeah.
Before anything was profitable.
It was in the red.
And you essentially you using your own funds to pay.
I was using my own money to float it, yes.
And then COVID hits.
And then COVID hits. Then when COVID hit, I had just paid the league off. I was like, yeah, I'm in the green. What you mean they can't have a season? And then, registration had already taken place for the spring. And then next thing you know it, I started getting emails. I don't want my kid out here. What's COVID protocol? Like, I'm scared too. So, it's 200 and something kids. Next thing you know it, everybody started pulling out. So I didn't want to be that organization, because I looked around and I've always paid attention. Some of the organizations wasn't offering full refund. It was giving people partial refunds or hold your money to the next season.
Yeah.
But the way COVID came around us, it hit people and people were out of work.
Right.
So I made it my job to give everybody a full refund. And one of the things was, when you have a youth organization, you have a third party that collects your money. And then after everything is paid, then the money is sent towards your account. So by that time of registration, once COVID hit, registration was over. So I didn't have access to refund people. So I either had to write them a paper check, and people don't even write checks. So you got to write checks, go to the post office, mail 25 checks a day. So I was like, well, maybe I could do some virtual payment to give people their money back. Cash App gives you a limit that you can only reach after so much. They put you, I'm creating Cash App accounts. I was doing everything I could to give everybody their money back, but I did refund everybody fully. They all got their money back. But the league still had to go. Still had to cover your
bills to pay.
Still had to have your $1 million insurance policy. Still had to pay everything that's associated with the league to be current. So I just said, okay, well, we'll be back in the fall.
Right.
Fall roll around. We still in the house, man. I said, you know what? Fall rolls around. I said, we ain't playing no flag football, man. People don't even want to come outside,
Right.
So we canceled the fall season. So by this time, insurance companies asking for their money. I'm like, man, I got to float this whole season straight out of pocket. Here we go. Back at square one.
Back at it again.
So what do you think at this point? Like, man, why did I get myself involved with this?
Yes.
Or you just like, you know what? It's gonna work itself out eventually. What side of the brain are you thinking with on that?
I'm just looking at the negatives. Everything negative. Accounts negative, everything negative, man. I'm like, what did I do with this? How did I end up here? You know what I mean? But when you look at it, everybody was losing everything. The good thing about it, I still had my job.
Yeah.
I had an essential personnel position, so I still had my job.
Right.
But I couldn't provide anything sports-wise. And the county, no one could give you a timetable. So we completely lost one whole year of all sports. And then it rolled into the next year. And people were leery about bringing their kids out because were we wearing masks? Are we social distancing? I just want to get out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we probably had like 100 something.
That doubt, how was it, in those tough moments where you started to like doubt and question, like what was your mental space that kind of got you through, like, dang, I just did this. What was I doing? What was I thinking? Like, what was your motivation, to kind of push you through that and to make this happen?
Well, I knew I was tired of sitting in the house. So I knew the kids wanted to get out and play.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I bail on the kids now, if I shut flag football down, it's never coming back. So, you know what I mean? Once you pull the plug, it's hard to get something going in Charles County. So it just to pull the plug on it, I didn't want to pull the plug on the kids because I would see them out and about and they would ask about when flag football coming back, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? They was like, well, what's your safety protocols? I'm like, I just want to get y'all out here.
Right.
And then once we got it going the following spring, then we had little cases where somebody would catch COVID or a coach would catch COVID. So that whole COVID kind of shot down 2 years. But my mindset was, we got to get this thing back rolling. The kids need to be outside. The little kids, kindergarten, first grade, they had never had anything organized because they did virtual schooling. So they had never been in a setting where they would see and mingle with other kids. All they did was stay home. So just to get them out for a year was a blessing for them because they were able now to interact with other kids outside of sitting in the house. But for 2 years, man, they had no social skills, no social outlet.
How was that a challenge for the club and the coaches?
It was a hard challenge coming back out of COVID. Because like I said, at any point I would get a message, a coach had COVID. So now we got to follow. What's the protocol? Then the protocols kept changing. 15 days, 12 days, 10 days, 5 days. Then we would get a kid with COVID. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to be honest with each other. You got to let somebody know if you have symptoms.
Right.
Don't come out here into a group of everybody and say, I didn't know he was sick. You knew he was sick. Exactly.
What about the social aspect of it? More so with like the mental, getting these kids back together again.
It was hard. Like I said, the young kids, they had never been around other kids. The older kids, they made a way to adapt, but the younger kids, they had never been around anybody else. They had never been to school.
You talking about like the 5, 6-year-olds?
6-year-olds, right.
Right. Okay.
So they were kind of clingy at first. They had never been around anybody, and the parents were overprotective at a point where they didn't want them around anybody, and I couldn't fault them for that.
Right.
So, like I said, that was rough. Thank God we got up out of that part.
Man.
Yeah, and I think I said before too as well. Both my kids have been part of the league for the past 2 seasons, so including this one. So it's been a great experience. I like game days. It's fun out there.
I try to make it fun.
Yeah. The parents electric.
Yes.
You know,
parents over the top.
Yeah. The coaches with their they got their different like you mentioned their different swagger too as well.
Yeah.
As far as their outfits. Now I think it's a really cool environment. Anyone that has been a part of it or he just wants to come up there. Like my boy now, he came to my son's game last week. Both of them just to check him out. We're sitting just shooting and just watching him play. So it's a really great environment and everything you do for it.
Thank you.
Now, with that being said, there's some positives, but there's definitely some negatives with it too as well.
Yes.
As far as parental interaction.
Yes.
When it comes to youth sports, what's some things you dealt with? You can give some positives too as well. It ain't gonna all be negative.
I can't name names, so we ain't gonna put anybody out there like that. But
we don't dox private citizens.
I can't say since 2005, since I've been a part of this, I have yet to break up a fight or anything between kids. It's always the parents. Now,
fighting out on the field.
On the field. some of the kids now talk trash. That's part of sports. I know that. But I've never had kids getting to it to the point where they're about to fight each other, yelling back and across. I haven't had that part. But now the parents, oh man, I like it's rough out there some days. Man. First thing they say is, "Where's Commissioner?" I'm sitting over there with nothing with SMYFFL on it, man. I'm just trying to blend in like I'm watching my son. and it gets hard. You know, emotions flare up. Jokers yelling, jokers fussing. But like I try to tell them, man, this is for the kids. This is a kid sport. Nobody's gonna win a Heisman Trophy. Nick Saban's not gonna land a helicopter to recruit your kid. Yeah. It's more like play 60, man. Can we get out here for 60 minutes and have some fun?
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the parents are different because everybody bring their kids up different. So some parents may use profanity around the house. Some parents may not. Some coaches coach like Tony Dungy. Some of them coach like Bobby Knight, might sling a chair over there. You know what I'm saying? So trying to get that cohesiveness for one day, just to get through. And I'm praying it in the morning, soon as I get there at 7 to 2 o'clock, I'm like, just no incidents.
And you there from sun up to sundown essentially. From
Yeah,
the beginning to the
I'm
end.
one of the first people to get there. Shout out to my man DJ. He helps me set the fields up.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to DJ.
We set up the fields. Then the parents start. I get there about 7:30. Then Miss Tracy gets there. She sets up the concessions and all of that for me, apparel table. And then by that time, parents roll in about 8:15. I put no parking signs up. Then we ready to go once my referees roll in. And I'm there. The last game's at 1, so I'm usually there at about 2 because I have to pick up all the trash.
Right,
We got to break down all the fields and put all that stuff back.
And it's only the space that's at North Point that you're working with.
Right now, I did find a way to come into agreement with North Point that we can have all of our games, and that place is large enough that we can have 3 or 4 fields simultaneously playing. So that eats up a lot of games because it's 28 teams. So to be out there from 9 to 1 ain't bad.
And also use a turf field for championship weekend.
Turf field championship weekend, make it special for the kids. Some of them will never get out there and tackle football. So I want to be sure that they can get out there and at least enjoy flag football.
What is the I've been a fan of flag football, just the knowledge of the game. What is it with you with flag football? What attracted you to it?
Flag football was a way to introduce the kids to get their skills together. Before, like I said, we played flag in the spring. Flag was a way to get the offense churning, wide receivers and quarterbacks on the same page. Get your defensive backs to get some reps in. So we played flag in the spring. That was before they did football year round. We just played flag, and then in the fall, my kids went off to tackle. So flag football is a way to get your skill set together. It's a way to introduce young kids that want to play tackle to get the fundamentals of football down pat. Because like I said, I'm an old school dad. My kids probably started tackle around 5 when they looked like little bobbleheads out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Had the big
Equipment
helmet
weighing them down.
Right, pants down at the knee pads down to their ankles.
Yeah.
But it paid off for them. But like I said, it's a way to introduce football to the younger generation. And of course, it's co-ed, so we have some females that want to play flag football too.
Nice.
You got a couple girls out there.
It's actually
as well.
good for them. Yeah, girls make great athletes at that age, man. They're real fast.
Yeah, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling
man,
you,
they out there
they
cooking it, dudes.
Yeah. I've seen it with my
So
own
shout
eyes
out to
there.
all the females in Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football League, man.
Hey, one time. You got a couple comments here. We're going to read them. Got Derek Terry in the building. What's going on with you, DT?
What up, D?
Mary, we appreciate you, commish.
Hey, thank you guys. What's up, Derek?
We got Julie Brown, District 2, Charles County School Board. Thank you for giving the kids opportunity for that outlet. Grandson plays for Charles County Youth Organization. Started out in T-ball. He loves it. Help the coaches out with it. It's a blast. Thank you for working so hard for the kids. Yeah. And also agreeing with your point as far as kids playing flag before tackle or a little bit mix of both. You have a high school age out there too as well.
In the spring, we run the ages are 4 to 6, 7 through 8, 9 through 11. In the fall, it's 12 through 14. But in the spring, it's 12 and 13, 14 through 17. In the fall, I can't get my high school kids out there because, of course, they're playing tackle.
Right.
So it's hard to field teams for that division. So we don't do that in the fall. But in the spring, I bring the big boys.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a couple kids that's playing high school football around here too as well. That's out there.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Have a good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of those games last year too as well.
Yeah, they're real aggressive. Yeah,
I'm like these.
Hey,
you got
no joke.
Hey, next time I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll bring you out there.
Let me know the
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
time.
come
I'll
out
pull
there,
up.
man. Hey, them
Yeah.
jokers driving. When they drive to the game, get out with their cleats, it's about to be some
You
work.
know
out there.
that? Absolutely.
What Charles County, how have they helped you out as far as everything when it comes to Southern Maryland youth flag? Or have they not helped you out?
I think going forward, we need to find a way that we can have a forum with myself, a couple of other youth organizations, tackle football teams. We have some questions that we want answered, and they need some help. I need some help on certain things. I need a good understanding of what's allowed, what's not allowed, and they need some things. I think some of the older tackle organizations, they have pretty much what they may need. But some of the newer organizations, it would be nice if they had fields with lights. Some of the challenges of living in the Northeast is it get dark early around September, October. That's when tackle is starting. That's when my kids are practicing for flag. So, with school, you can't start a 4:30, 4 o'clock practice. You can't practice till about 5.
Yep.
Right.
So it's getting dark. Once time sets and time changes, it's going to get dark. And it'd be nice if we had a couple of fields somewhere with lights that we could have the kids out there on. And if we can't get that, it'll be nice if we had a couple of fields that would let us put sea crates or storage containers. Can't supply the lights, give them a place to put lights or put up equipment we can use that's readily available for us. Those are the challenges I'm starting to see as my league starts to grow. Like I said, I've been fortunate that North Point lets me use their sea crate on their football field, but it's an old sea crate. When I say sea crate, I'm talking about those containers that you see at the cargo ships.
Yeah, right.
Those type of things. It's old. It's infested with ants and it leaks. It'd be nice with all this land and all the space out here if somebody say, hey, if you guys need somewhere to put your equipment, put it here. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're not asking for them to buy anything for us. I just would like I said, it's a lot of land out there at North Point. On that backside where I keep the porta potties and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It'd be great if I could, even if I had to purchase it and donate it to the school, just let me use half of it to store my equipment in. So like I said, things like that are challenges for people with youth organizations. Some of the places, some of the other organizations don't have anywhere to put their field. They don't have fields to play on. So like I said, it's a lot of parks around here, new parks and stuff, but for some reason, something's not adding up. So I said it would be nice to be able to have a forum with some county commissioners,
BJ Bowling,
some county representatives,
Reuben Collins,
some type of way that we could bring the youth organizations and some of these county officials together just to discuss the future of youth sports in Charles County. Because like I said, with me having 328 kids, I know for the spring coming up, I'm going to have 500 kids. 500 kids, I'm thinking I'm good at math, carrying the one, that old school math. That's 1,000 parents. 1,000 parents is 1,000 votes. So we are members in the community. We are voting members of the community. Our kids deserve something.
Go ahead. Yeah, got a knock at the door.
We got to knock at the door. Opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's opportunity.
Who's that? Is that one of the county commissioners coming through?
Nah.
Now, also school board too as well.
School board.
Yeah.
I'm going to send, I think tomorrow I'm going to send out something to the commissioner, to my school board representatives. I would love to have them come up to the field.
You're Waldorf, right?
I'm Waldorf, District 3.
Nicole, Nicole running Kramer. She's running District 3. I think she's just in the comment section too as well. If you're still listening, Nicole, check this out too as well. Yeah, she was up there in the comment section a little bit earlier.
Okay, I'll read through them later. But yeah, like I said, if I could get a couple of them to come out, because it's a spectacle if you come out there on Saturday. You've been out there yourself, man, just to see how organized it is.
Yeah, there she is.
The amount of kids up there, how fun it is, how I got everybody on one page. It would be a nice thing to see. I've had Arthur Ellis up there twice. He enjoyed himself. When he came up there, he had a ball. He said, I had no idea this was here.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is that I've seen you, obviously, we're part of the league, so I see your posts on social media. How does that really help grow the league? Social media is a blessing. Coming out of COVID and everything, I think social media is a way that you can reach people for free. Because, with the websites and everything, you have to pay for those. But Facebook, Instagram, whatever you can use, man, you can get out a ton of information real quick. And word of mouth. I think flag football is like Rolls Royce commercials. I don't really advertise, but you know about it, and it spreads word of mouth. And once people come out there, and if I can get the majority of them to have a good time, they'll tell other people. And other people new to the community will see and say, hey, where your kids going? They'll be like, I feel like football practice. And they come out there and see it, and when kids do their thing, man, it's amazing. It's a blessing to have the thing working. Yeah. So I just want the county commissioners, the school board members, all of us, let's come together. Let's figure out some of the wants and some of the needs. And the same with the high school. I would love to invite the principal, North Point, out. Mr. Shattuck. Mr. Shattuck's a good dude. If I could get Mr. Shattuck to come out just to see what's going on out here on their school property on the weekends. Yeah. They would be amazed at the amount of people that out there and how those kids look at that school. They light up when they school is huge. Yeah. Like I said, I've been there multiple times. I'll be there. No, this Saturday, I won't be there. I got a coach down over I got a coach, we won't be there, but my kids, they'll be there, so. Yeah. The kids enjoying it? Yeah. Rick got a beautiful clip. from he threw that touchdown pass last week. So yeah, I got that. He's been just watching over and over.
Oh,
again.
he watching over and over.
Yeah, like Rick, you watch him literally, man, like 40 times straight. You want to keep watching this? I'm just giving the phone, and I'm just gonna
that's
walk
what
away.
That's what I call that Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah.
When I let all the parents post their videos, because I can't watch all the games,
Right.
and I can't see all the plays. So that's a good chance for me to just sit back and go through all the videos. Because they're going to put the nice highlights.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
All,
it's a lot of good work, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot to it, though.
Yeah, these kids are talented. Let's take a look at some of these comments we got up here, too, as well. The coach said she is here. So after this podcast, I'll reach out to her, and then y'all can talk and go from there. But we got Julie Brown, very much of a lack of football fields. It's the biggest thing in this county is field space.
Field space.
Space is there's room here. It's just where that space is allocated and how it's allocated. Right. You know, so got a lot of opinions on that one. Derek Terry, let's keep it real. We know why we know why they don't want certain rec sports in the area. Unfortunately, some of our own are to blame as well. Makes no damn sense that we have the poorest of amenities in such a rich county. He's not lying. I know there's a couple new turf fields coming in the area too as well. McDonough, they just put theirs up, but there should be a lot more for as much as people are paying in taxes too as well.
I agree. We played at McDonough when that field wouldn't drain.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out to the old days of McDonough. Yeah, McDonough was different. Like I said, we used to call that the woods, back in the woods. Nobody wanted to come down in the woods and play.
Yeah, things changed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knocking on that door.
It would be nice to have field space. Field space and certain amenities would make youth sports grow. Like I said, they're not asking for just lights.
Mm-hmm.
If you had somewhere to play at lights, I think some of the older schools, Summers, some of those may have lights where I think like to play the Blue Knights practice.
Mm-hmm.
Waldorf Wildcats where they practice, they have lights. Some of the organizations are struggling to have lights. Southern Maryland, I think St. Charles Bears. Some of those older organizations and some of the newer ones don't.
Yeah, as soon as daylight savings time hit, they're gonna be out of luck.
Right. So I'm not here just for, Southern Maryland youth flag football. I want to see everybody. All of us work together, man. We can make this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couple of fields, couple of sea crates. Got to have somewhere to put your equipment. Like I said, if they count the enrollment of all the kids, those are votes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Those are votes.
You start selling it like that, things change.
Things change, and I think it's time for people to recognize, what, he has 5 kids. That's 1,000 parents. Don't just show up in this campaign season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With your shirt on, with your words across it, and all these flyers, putting people out here trying to watch flag football. You over here peppering cars with paraphernalia. We just want to be out here to have a good time.
Has that happened a couple times?
Yes, it did.
Recently?
Yes. School board voting recently. Yes.
Oh my God.
They come out there with the shirts on, man, and the whole family got the different shirts on.
Didn't talk to you. They just showed up there.
They don't even know I'm the commissioner. People don't know I'm the commissioner.
That's true. I didn't know who you were.
I ain't trying. I just try to blend in.
I just knew of you. I thought you were like an internet personality.
Right. I'm a folk legend. Yeah, they didn't know who I was, man. So I get to meet them, and I'm like, just don't come up here for campaign.
Yeah.
Don't come up here trying to pass out ice cream, donut. Need your time. If you can help us, we'll listen to you. Don't try to get a vote.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool.
Hey, y'all hear that? Y'all gonna do business with Reggie? Come up there, check out everything first.
Right. Help the kids.
Yeah, exactly. What can you do in your position of power?
Help the kids out. Help the kids. Help my parents out.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll talk to you. Right.
Yeah. No, I'm all for that too as well. That's how it should go.
Right.
We got a good product, so let's keep introducing it to the public.
Absolutely.
Let's read some more of these comments here too as well. Jamar, what's up, Jamar? The county does the bare minimum for youth, especially football. They charge us for their fields. They still give us limited access. This is absolutely true. I've seen it firsthand.
The struggle ain't real. It ain't just me.
It's all sports, football, soccer.
It ain't just me, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we have a lot of land. We have a lot of land down here that we can use for that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Knock down, build new stuff, but they don't work with anything that's find a place to play. We have a lot of, I call it the country land, side, the suburban land. We have parks now. Yeah. I don't know if all the parks are being used. Like I said, I don't get around to check those out. The Laurel Spring, Turkey. I think one of them.
Not for practices.
Right. I saw somebody
Yeah.
playing frisbee, something, throw the frisbee in the basket.
Probably got yelled at to run off the field too as well.
Right. Yeah. Funny
Appreciate
story. White Plains been seeding that one field, man, for
Oh,
30
my
years,
God.
man. I don't know what kind of grass they got out there, but they won't let nobody practice on that one field, man. I don't know what's going on.
They,
Shout out to White Plains. Who run that? Talk to me.
They're running with their that's been that big field that's being turned into turf at some point.
At White Plains?
Yeah,
Okay.
that old football field.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's gonna be turf. But from what I understand, it got pushed back due to something. Something happened, so it's not happening at the time that it needs to. Somebody fact check me on that one. This is what I heard. That was like secondhand
That's
information.
cool. Something always happening. We
Mary
good
said this
to it.
year. I heard it's getting pushed back, Mary. So,
Right.
but if
That's
you have,
fine that they're doing turf, but who's going to use it? You could turf all the fields, but who are you going to let use it?
and that's the problem too
That's
as
where
well.
the problem comes.
Like I
in.
said, there's space. Like that field is just sitting there
Yes.
right now. I mean, I don't know what's going on money through
They
through
see
Friday
me.
with
They
it, but
tell me they see.
you said they've been seeing it for 30
They've
years.
seen it for 30 years, man. I don't know what they growing out there, but it ain't growing. They ain't let nobody use it.
Let's get some more of these comments too as well. Nicole, I remember coaching for the Waldorf Wildcats cheer, and we would be in the dark until we were allowed to go inside the school gym. I want to talk about cheer too as well. I know you got a few things working on too as well as far as that with Southern Maryland. We'll get to that. Get some of these comments first.
Okay.
Derek, you won't see most of these until 3 years from now. As your turf fields, yeah, that's what I've heard too as well.
But who's going to use them?
And that's the thing too as well. Like once you get them, then how they allocate it. So
Like I said, we never asked for
that's
a turf field because,
that's another fight in itself.
we just need fields.
What I heard,
Organizations
what
need
I heard
fields.
from that too as well, from a pretty decent source.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna name drop them right now, but they said that it's supposed to be kind of like pay to play, like you just pay your rental fee. It's not gonna be that. It won't be nothing crazy,
Right.
and then you'll get space for it. Now, how much space, time, all that, I don't know, but
Right.
lights is
That's what I was going to say.
lights is another thing too as well. That's I'm dealing with it now.
That's everywhere.
I'm worried. Literally 3 weeks from now, I'm looking like I don't know how
Right.
we're going to have this pop off here if you don't turn these lights on.
They
So,
got to turn the light.
yeah. There's some more of these comments. Josh Blankenship. What up, Josh? Met my man Dev yesterday too as well.
What up, Josh?
Who we got to talk to in order to get some turf fields? Weather cannot be the reason our kids can't play.
Everybody's.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's just the process as far as that goes. But yeah, that's another thing. I mean, it gets rainy and wet outside, then I mean, turf allows you to play. You know, grass. Depending on the type of condition is how well it drains too as well.
Right. And it's cold. And
Yeah.
it's dark.
Yeah.
The Northeast, we have a problem with.
It's my
ain't even gonna get to indoor facilities. We just want.
Yeah,
We
you,
just
Oh,
want
indoor.
some lights right now.
like
you gotta crawl before you walk.
we got to crawl before we walk.
indoor. I ain't even thinking about
Right.
that one.
We on that baby bottle program.
They got
We just
it.
get some fields, some lights.
Over here. What is it? The White Plains Sportsplex. Just two basketball courts. They ain't the best I've ever seen. To his nerve to call yourself a sportsplex. That's the best. I mean, it ain't like a St. James knocking down the door.
Right.
Said, let me build some land. Let me take some land from Angel Moy and make it happen.
Right.
They ain't happening. Yeah. Had to purchase my own lights. Man,
See
that's
what I mean?
I'm like, parents, can I turn on your car headlights?
Right.
We just
It's-
working like
it's
that.
sad, man. It's sad though, man. Like I said, you got to look at the overall picture. It's really sad about the amount of help that we can't get. Who do we need to talk to? We need a name drop. Let's name drop. Let's have a forum.
Yeah, I told you names. Your commissioners, Coates, Collins, Patterson too as well. Just 101 with over Rucci.
Ruben?
Yeah. Boland too as well. Yeah, Stewart. So
Okay.
in the school board here, you got Nicole. She
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Stewart's in my District 3. I'm going to send her an email.
Yeah.
Stewart, if you're watching, you're getting an email from Commissioner Reggie tomorrow.
she's familiar with the podcast too as
All right,
well.
come on
She's
out
very
and check
familiar.
us out on a
So,
Saturday.
There's a few people that we could put you in contact with
Absolutely.
just based on what we've been doing over here.
Okay.
I know people. I mean, this is youth sports, so central committees for Democrat, Republican. I don't know how much work they can do for you,
Right.
but
We'll
at least
start
you can.
somewhere.
At least you get a voice, start talking to a few people, and going from there. I mean,
Right.
hell, I mean, last 6-7 months, all we've been doing is interviewing political candidates. Good luck with response from D3, Derek Terry. We'll see how this goes, man. We'll see how it goes. But Derek Terry, he's very familiar with the candidate as far as all that goes. I know that
But
guy on
Derek,
the
all I
right.
can do is invite him out, man.
Yeah,
invite them out, and then next time I keep your name. I know when the ballot come back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope a lot more remember that too as well.
Right. They got to do it for the kids. You're not doing it for me. You're doing
Yeah.
it for the kids. Charles County wants more and more families to move down here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want families to move down here, you got to have stuff for kids to do. You can't just keep giving people the blind eye. Say we're all about the kids. We're all about the kids. At some point, you have to show people that you're all about the kids in the community.
Yeah, put up or shut up.
Right.
Facts.
You know, we can't get a lot of myself and the other guys on here and the kids. You don't ever see anything about a good story about a kid. As soon as somebody rob a 7-Eleven or rob somebody, or kids out there spray painting or holding up flags,
Charles County Sheriff Office.
It's all
Facebook.
over the place, man. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. But if you see, like right now, we even doing a drive where we're trying to feed the homeless. We're bringing in non-perishables for the home, bringing in that. Those good stories never know. There's a lot of good kids in Charles County, but you got to plant a seed to show them that,
Right.
so it'll grow. They're not going to be kids forever. Like I said, some of the kids I have playing now are the kids of some of the kids that I had coaching.
Gotcha.
So some of my coaches actually were playing for me. Now their kids are playing in my organization. So they're going to grow up. They're going to remember this thing, man. We've been playing on the same field forever. I think I just saw a comment that said something about my brother coached that St. Charles Bears and Fields were an issue back then. I told you, man, White Plains, man, been seeding. If you call them today, they're going to tell you they seeding that one field.
But you talk about systemic issues in the community and going back 25, 30 years.
Right.
And that is still the kids today are suffering from that. Now, obviously, there wasn't platforms like this
Right.
15 years ago, like yourself in the community.
Right.
So maybe with the right people involved, things can change.
Yep, change
We'll
is
see.
hard,
But
it takes time.
It takes time,
Yeah.
and you're fighting against a lot of old thinking, and
Right.
I deal with it. So
I think at a certain point though, like change is hard and it takes time, but I think it's time out for excuses. Like we use the excuse that change is hard and it takes time, but when it's something that's of priority of importance to the right person, that time frame you can see just how much that gets whittled down to make certain things happen. If we're talking about the youth and the future of Charles County and the future of Maryland, that should always be priority number one. And you shouldn't have to jump through so many hoops to get lights at your damn fields. I'm just saying,
I agree.
come on now, like it's certain little things like that. We're talking about the future of this area.
And like I said, compare Charles County, Howard County.
it's night and
Compare
day.
Charles County, Montgomery County.
Night and day.
Hell,
Like-
even PG County.
PG's great.
They all about the sports out there. Facts.
You have to get the school systems up. You got to get the sports up. You got to get Parks and Rec up. Everything has to work on the same page, and then we good. You can't have one lacking and the other one doing good, or one with the blind eye and the other one not. We got to all work together and stop saying it's not an issue when everybody knows it's an issue. Some of these people that's in office, do their kids play sports? If so, what sport are they playing? Do they have lights? Do they have fields? Do they see what's going on when they come out there on a Saturday? You can't keep ignoring the fact that the kids don't have anything to do, and you can't keep saying Charles County kids don't have anything to do. But we got to get somebody here that can help Charles County kids find something to do. Yeah.
And you just need the resources to get the basics just to get the job
Right.
done.
Is it a money issue? Is it a land issue? What's really the issue?
Let's look at Derek's comment up here. With 50% of the budget going to Charles County Public Schools and add endorsements, no youth organization that is going to motivate elected officials to do what they could have done at least a decade ago at little cost. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, we're all fighting the battle here.
Right.
Especially you and me involved at the youth level,
Right.
coaching, youth commissioning. So it's going to be, I mean, like you said, it's going to take all of us to work together, put everybody in the room and just seeing what we can do.
But see, I think
At the very least. And then from there,
that's what I'm saying. We
pour
got to have a
resources.
forum, all of us in the room. But see, when we say youth sports in Charles County, we're not always talking about Parks and Rec. Because see, you could dump money into the Parks and Rec, but that's not going to help the other organizations like mine or like some of these football organizations. Park and Recs is great, man. They have the basketball all winter long and all of those other sports.
Yeah.
That's great. So if that's where they're focusing the money, then maybe they don't think we exist. You know
But
what
you're
I
not county run. You're
I'm not
independent.
county run, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't think the independent sports exist. Or maybe they think if you're a nonprofit that you only want something. So as soon as you email, they assume you're going to ask for money.
You would think there'd be things like grants and stuff, like even as an independent organization,
Right.
being as though it's for the youth or, you know what I'm saying, how it's being ran, there should be things like grants that's available for the organization to take advantage of, especially if it's being applied to the youth. You know, like there's a lot of kids that can't afford jerseys or cleats and stuff, or to make it like if there's like a bus that can pick up certain kids, because not everyone can get there, but there should be something in place for independent organizations to kind of reach out to, say, hey, apply for, you know what I'm saying, a grant, and it's being applied to us. I mean, there's so many different avenues that I don't know how, like y'all say, however it needs to be done, the only way it's going to get done is with teamwork and a lot of different people kind of chomping at the bit, honestly.
I agree. And I think, like I said, sometimes it's not always about the money. Like I said, I've been blessed with my organization that I don't need them to fund anything. I just need to know what the rules are. Where can I play? When can I play? I just need to know what the rules are. I think with I'll use my organization and just direct it at me for a minute. Let's say, for instance, at North Point, we have multiple organizations. Some of them are youth, some of them are private, and each one of us have different set of rules to follow. So let's say, for instance, like I'm in a battle now trying to get everything down packed with my food truck.
Yep, I saw that.
I'm fighting tooth and nail.
What's going on with that?
When I reached out, at first I never had a food truck. I was cool with it. Like I said, but now as the league growing, we out there all day. I'm like, man, it sure be nice to have some ribs or something.
Some ribs,
some chicken, sandwich. You know what I mean? Ooh, we out here all day.
Some options out there.
Right. So I reached out to the county, and I wanted to know what I needed to do to get my food truck got here.
Yeah.
And like I said, with youth sports, everybody that's familiar with youth sports, you have to have $1 million insurance policy. That's a given. And then if you're going to serve food on Charles County Public Schools, you got to have a health permit. So you got to get your operation inspected. Those were the qualifications that I were told that we needed. I passed it on to a guy at Jet Set Barbecue. He did it. We're good. We had a spring season. Okay. Fall season, you always have to fill out, your application of field use or facilities use. We filled that out. Now, the question was, does he work the truck by himself or not? If he works the truck, he needs workers' compensation. And I'm thinking from a small business owner, do you really need workers' compensation if the people that work for you are family or volunteers?
Right.
That's the part I got to research. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you sign off to say I'm a sole proprietor, you don't need workers' compensation. But if somebody comes around to inspect you, they see more than one person working for you, even if it's your own kid. So my food truck guy's like, you know what, man, Reggie, I'm not gonna do it. The rules keep changing. You can't change the end zone every time we drive down the field.
Yeah,
you can't move it back 5. You keep moving the goalposts.
Who's causing you and Jet Set these issues?
We have to fill out a use of facilities with Charles County Public Schools, and I think we have to submit it that way. Once I submit to Mr. Shrek, shout out to Mr. Shrek. Mr. Shrek's a good dude, man. He's been helping me with this thing. Martha Battaglia over at the county.
I know, yeah.
She helps me out a lot, man. And like I said, he reached out, and I think it had to go back above his head. So risk manager, Glenn Belmore.
Oh, okay.
So I had a conversation with him. They said, yes, you have to workers' compensation. So like I said, from a small business owner, I never knew a small business owner had to have workers' compensation if you did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even as a family member now, I don't know workers' compensation. I'm an engineer. I don't know workers' compensation law. But I know if I had my son out there working with me and he got hurt, he's going to use my family medical insurance.
Right.
I don't care if he's away at college and gets hurt playing football, if he has a car accident, get hurt on the way home, or if he's out there with me on the summertime working and gets hurt, he's still using my insurance. So I don't understand how a family member would need to have workers' compensation to work with you on a food truck.
Man, can you imagine going back there, just making a burger real quick? Just cooking some ribs, and then you get everything shut down from there.
And like I said, with North Point, there's a private organization that runs a cricket league. Those are some good guys, man.
Oh, really?
With them too, yes.
Cricket
you go
league.
up there on Saturdays and Sundays after 2:00, they have a whole cricket league. And see, they were told, from my understanding, they couldn't have a food truck, but they could grill. So they out there, man, they got the grills going. I'm like, please don't let my see you out there with
Oh
a grill.
my God.
Because see, now we got the same field, same patch of dirt, but different rules. Man, they had that place smell like Chicken Rico out there.
Man,
Like,
man, I'm telling you. Hey, you just put the word out there. You hear that?
Hey, they grilling out there, man. Like I said, they have a private organization. I think they're out of Howard County, but they're using North Point.
So they're not coming back anytime soon for the rest of this season.
They're here.
Jet Set.
Jet Set's not coming back. I don't think I can get Langston. Langston, if you there, man, come on back, man. We need that little white box, that aluminum foil with that chicken and wings and ribs in it on Saturdays, man. You got to come back out here, man. You got to come back out here. I don't think he's going to come back out, man. He's fed up with the goalpost.
So are you actively looking for somebody else now, or is it?
I don't. And see, like I said, with the youth organization, I don't even know if I want to deal. Because if I bring in another vendor, you have to meet the qualifications. And if you don't have workers' compensation, I'm not going to fight you for it if you have a letter from the state that said, hey, I'm a patient. But when I submit the paperwork to the CCPS, you got to have it. So now I'm back where I was before. I think if you have a Charles County health inspection and you pass, you should be good.
Should be.
Facts.
You should be good. But that brings me to like other events. Like I said, we're going to spill the tea Tuesday on this one. You go to the schools. I think North Point just had homecoming. They was advertising food trucks for Friday. Advertised it like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm like, nah, no damn way. They got all the qualifications met by Friday. So you can't have different strokes for different folks, man. You know, you go out to some of the schools. Some of the food trucks been to Mary B. Neal. Food trucks been down to the county building when they had appreciation for the staff. Like, y'all can have a food truck. I can't have a food truck. I had to jump through hoops to get a man just to serve ribs out here.
You think it's something deeper than that?
I don't know, man, but I would like everybody to get on the same page. Like I said, if we're using the same school, why is there three different set of rules? I just want to know what the rules are so I can follow the rules. That's all. I don't want to be outside the rules. I just need to know what the rules are. Like I said, I've been fortunate enough in my organization. I don't need the handouts. Just give me the hand up.
Facts.
Just give me the hand up.
Know how to play the game.
I just need to know what game we playing. I can get us there myself, but don't change the rule when you tell me I can't. My parents can't have a grill. I ride my bike over there on Saturday. They out there cooking. Grill. Can't do that to me. I'm not gonna fall for the down in the tailpipe.
Yeah,
no, we ain't doing that.
So you plan on fighting this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, at least for clarity's sake.
Right. I just want it for clarity.
Yeah.
I don't want any gain out of this. I just need to know what are the rules going to be. So, like I said, if I can't have if a food truck vendor at North Point needs to go through all of this, then that means if North Point has a food truck for homecoming, for basketball, for anything, they should have to follow the same steps that I follow because it's the same school.
Who do you need to meet with to make sure you're on the same page?
That's what we're asking for now. I need to know who do I meet with. I did have a good conversation with Glenn Belborn. He said those things are required. So if those things are required, then that's what we would need.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody called me on Facebook.
Uh-oh, somebody looking for me.
Look, I don't know who calls somebody on Facebook. What is that?
Man, we live. We live right now.
We live.
You never know what might happen.
We live. They knocking on.
Yeah,
they knocking at the door. They calling on the phone.
Said it's mate.
Nah, I know what that is.
So hurdle after hurdle you've been experiencing.
Yes.
And obviously this is all under the premise of you just trying to continue to grow this organization
business.
and grow this business and just grow this opportunities for these youth.
Right.
So you would think, you know what I'm saying, like things will be kind of laid out so that you can kind of cross those steps accordingly. But
every year it changes,
like
man. When I submit paperwork, it's always I left the word out, the indemnity clause.
And no one else is probably going through what you're going through.
Come on, man. Oh, word left out. I left out the.
Hey,
it sounds strange, man.
When I reach out to my insurance company, I'm like, what you want now, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm going to copy word for word what they told me you need to add. Just put this in there, word for word in my certification.
And what are they saying, the insurance company?
They getting paid from you. They going to do it.
No, I mean, are they saying that we haven't seen
every now and
this?
then, I think one of the owner of the insurance company, he said, man, let me talk to who you talking to. He said, man, let me tell you, man, y'all don't need all this, man. You don't need, all this is for liability. If it's a general liability, all that's covered. But I understand Charles County point of view. They don't want anything.
Right, right.
That's why I said, just tell me if you lay out everything I need, then I'll follow it. I don't have a problem with that.
So let's break it down like an ounce of glue. Somebody don't like you, bro. Leftwich.
I don't like them either, man.
So I'm about to say that, but a little bit different. So North Point homecoming, all that, food trucks is all good. You running your independent, not anything with the county, you go through all these hoops just to exist. You think the issue could be the fact is that you're not tied to the county at all. So like you said, that there is an issue. They need to make sure they have nothing to do with it. Completely, no one can come back and they should get at them.
That could be it, but I ask up front, what do I need to do? And like I said, we're not squatters at North Point. I make a monetary donation to North Point football every season. North Point lines my fields. That's why the fields look like an NFL field. They line my field. They let me store my equipment there. So the staff at North Point has been great. They, you know what I mean? And like I said, I make a donation to North Point for the seasons, fall and the spring. In turn, when we have championship weekend inside the stadium, North Point is allowed to open up concessions because we're inside the stadium.
Yeah.
So they get the concessions for 2 days inside the stadium.
They were hitting people left and right.
Right.
There.
So I feel as my organization, one of the things as being a business owner, I try to lift everybody up around me. So I want to pick who serves my concessions during the regular season.
Right.
I want to find a small business in Charles County that's just getting started and let them grow like that. So I want to use them. North Point probably could provide concessions during the regular season, but I don't think that's fair. I think that's overkill for me. Because I'm making a monetary donation. You're getting the concessions for 2 days in the championship. So my thing is, I don't charge much for the vending fee for the food truck. Just feed my referees. If a referee come by while we out there all day and want a burger and a drink or something, give him some food. My vending fee is very small. So you're not trying to pay me. I just need to feed the guys. Like I said, we old now. People take medication and stuff.
Crushing ibuprofen.
You know what I mean? You got to take your meds with food.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Not a bag of
that blood
Doritos.
sugar drop. You like, what? Get a little woozy on that sideline for a few hours.
That's what Charles County scared. To see a ref pass out, like, nah, you ain't getting us.
He might need
you ain't getting us. Mr. Barksdale, you are not suing us.
He might need an oatmeal cream pie. Shout out to them oatmeal, them Little Debbie.
Shout out to Little Debbie.
Little Debbie saving
lives out
you see
here.
what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, man. If someone approached me and say, hey, how much the vending fee? I say $50 vending fee. But if a referee comes over and he needs some food, we've been out here since 8 o'clock. We out here to it was 3, 4 o'clock. Get a man a hot dog and some fries and let him go back over there. Don't worry about paying me. That's how I pay it forward to them. I have a lot of referees. I want them.
Let's talk referees.
I can't. Continue just real quick. Everything that you're kind of explaining as far as how you're operating and like certain things like the requirements, just feed the rest. Like, shout out to you, bro.
It's a lot, man. People don't see that.
It
This
sounds
is the comment
amazing.
right here. So Laura Kelly, shout out to Laura too as well, been in the BNY comment section for many a podcasts. When schools arrange for food trucks, we also have to make sure that they have the health department forms on file.
Yes.
I don't remember having to check workman's comp. That may be a new rule for this year.
Right. And Laura, I received an email. I got an email from Mr. Belmore, had a list of food truck vendors on there that had their Charles County health. I call that my fat check list. So I know they have that part on there.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to a couple of them and asked about the workers' comp. They said, so, and I was told that's been that rule. It ain't just happened.
Somebody trying.
We got the
somebody
tailpipe, man.
Yeah.
So now I will get.
Mr. Barksdale, you got some enemies out here.
That's okay. I got frenemies too, though.
Yeah, there you go.
I got some high friends in low places. I got some low friends in high places. All right. So shout out to Subway. Subway promised to feed all the kids in the league October 15th. They're gonna give everybody a box lunch.
Nice.
All the kids?
All the kids.
Oh man,
that's 300 kids.
320. He gonna bring 325 box lunch. He said, no worries. I own 3 Subways.
Oh, that's cool.
I said,
Rick and Jack gonna eat good that day.
Hey,
Hey, you said 3. How many kids you got?
328.
I think at 329.
I said 330.
I mean, next Rick, is that you with a helmet? We got a soft shell.
But look, you ain't gonna get that fancy Subway now. You ain't gonna get that teriyaki chicken and all that.
Nah.
Basic little club
ham, cheese, turkey.
That's fine. That get the job done.
You mean you get just bread and cheese.
Yeah, so I got to submit a list to him tomorrow to let him know how many sandwiches I need every hour. So starting at 9, they're going to drop off some at 10.
Based on the team. Okay.
Hey, I hear that's breaking news right there.
Yeah, so I try to get the kids, man. I try to make sure these kids have a lot that other organizations don't have. Them to go back with a feeling like, man, Mr. Reggie looked out for us, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure that they on the cutting edge of everything. And I think it's starting to show now, man. We went to the performance jerseys. We got the performance jerseys out there.
That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. I want to talk to you about referees.
Okay.
Before we move on to cheer, 'cause I know you expanded that one. So, referee abuse. You see that a lot out there?
Man.
Yes, I do.
What's your Now, I led you to that question. I knew you were going to answer that way, but I just want to get it for the record. I've been out there, and I've seen these refs. It's funny, too, as well, because I coach soccer, refs, they get hounded. They don't really see it on the back. But refs, I grew up playing football, too, so refs get hounded. They start talking back to the people, too, as well. Because they ain't going to just sit there and take that. What is your opinion on all things when it comes to refereeing? Obviously, it's a extremely hard job, too, as well.
Right. It goes back to the parents, man. Like I said, I've been doing it, been involved since 2005, have yet to have a fight between two kids. It's always the parents. And the good thing about it, at Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football League, we don't even keep score. There's ain't no scoreboards out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
What you arguing about? You see what I'm saying?
They keep a score on the sideline.
They keep a score up here, man. What you arguing about, man?
Money being traded.
And then we don't do seedings. We do random ping pong ball selection for a seeding. You can win every game, be the lower seed. You can lose every game, be the number 1 seed if you pull the number 1 ping pong out.
So none of that matters.
You see what I mean? It don't matter the championship day, man. That's why I'm trying to tell everybody, why are you arguing and yelling back and forth with the ref? And y'all know the people that coach, if you get the refs against you, you're going to need them before the season over to make a call for you.
You're going to need them before they need you.
It's the same refs out there.
So, it's the same refs, man. And most of the time, it's not my coaches. It's the parents arguing.
Right.
And like I said, some of the dads, they tell me they don't have you at every practice.
At every game.
You at every game. That's your time right there. That's your child.
Right.
You can't get out there and coach your own child. Don't complain about how someone is coaching your child. Don't complain about how the game is being refereed. These are all volunteer. We have busy schedules too. Like I said, I'm old school now. I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep a day. Trying to run 3 businesses and have a job. So when somebody say I don't have time, you got to break that down for me. Because I worked in Northern Virginia. I had to make that commute. I still had the business to run. A high school athlete. As busy as you are, but it's your child. You can't make time for your child.
On top of that, getting all these kids recruited to all these schools.
Like I said, it's your child, man. How much time you want to spend with your child?
So you're always. I'm asking it at this point. You're always asking or looking for coaches.
I'm always taking coaches. You'll never have enough coaches.
Really?
I think you'll never have enough
coaches. So do you do like the hiring process and you'll put them on a team, or do they have to how does that work if a parent wants to?
If a parent want to coach, just reach out to me.
Yeah.
If a parent want to be a referee.
Okay.
Like I said, they don't get paid a lot, but they get enough that you run up and down the field, get your little exercise.
There you go.
Get you some drinking money. I don't care if you drink it all up that night or spend it at the MGM.
Throw it in the gas tank.
Still giving back to throw it in the gas tank.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna need it.
So like I said, I have some junior referees, man. I have some kids that played in the league and they ref, man. They work 6 games, 7 games, 15 times 6, 7. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's better than slinging burgers.
Come on now. And you out there amongst the game you love too as well. Yeah,
right.
So
you missing calls anyway. You just out there riding around having a good time. No,
he's out there for cardio.
Is not one of my refs. No. He's not a flag football referee. But I have a great group of flag football referees. That's the last thing when I took over the league. I didn't make any changes because, like I said, my whole idea of the league is to help everybody. So if it's a little part-time gig where you just refereeing, Pat, Eric, all those guys that's been there with me forever, man. Derek, Those guys get them 5 or 6 games in, a couple of $100 for a Saturday, you know.
Right.
So I haven't changed it. I have been approached about contracting out the refs, but once you start contracting out everything, it doesn't have that small home field in it.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I just have to let them know I need 8 refs, and then here come 8 people we don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They out here just reffing the game, then they leave. But 8. That ain't what my whole idea, concept is. So I wanted to be community-based, community involved.
Right.
So my refs are from the community. I was getting trophies from Crown Trophy, everything local, Subway feeding them. Clean Wave Auto Spa is one of my huge sponsors. So, you know, I try to keep everything in the Charles County Waldorf community. So that's why I said I open it up to sponsorships. I have the sponsors now. So I try to keep everything local and try to give everything back to these kids. These are our kids.
Facts.
Yep. That's how I try to.
Yeah, let's get it. I'm all for it. All for it.
No doubt.
Also, speaking for the kids, you're expanding some things when it comes to Southern Maryland Youth Flag. What we got going on here?
After further ado, yeah, we're gonna open up cheer. It's been on my mind for a couple of years. I had a couple of parents reach out to me, and like I said, I had all boys, boy dad. So I can operate with the young men. Bringing on the women, that's gonna be a whole headache for me. So I reached out. I have a parent that reached out to me, Brittany. She helped me. She's gonna be the cheer. She's gonna run SMYFF. Call it Smithfield Cheer. Hell of a job, man. She's on task. She's gonna reach out to some other parents, Miss Tracy that runs Table Concessions. They're all gonna chip in, man. I want to do cheer from ages 4 to probably.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna try to do that in the spring of 2023.
Okay.
That's when it's gonna be a register for cheer type thing. A couple of games, maybe championship games. I want to little mamas, as I call them, together. Had them cheer for the championship game. Gonna fund all the costs. Next season, demonstration. Because I would come out to the games, like I said, you come out to the games. The boys out there playing hard, but the little sisters sitting in the chair, they upside down, they sideways.
Right.
They bored out their mind, man. They bored out their mind. You can only do so much on that little tablet, man. They sitting there playing the little games on the tablet. I'm like, I need
Don't let it die, then it's a wrap.
I need something for the little mamas to do, man.
Nah,
So I'm
definitely.
gonna have them in little NFL apparel cheer outfits, and then maybe an
Solid.
alternate SMYFFL cheer outfit. Right now we got a little poll going, trying to get a mascot. Need a mascot.
Yeah, I saw that today too as well. What are you thinking? Like you said, not an animal though.
It doesn't have to be.
I know
an
you don't do
animal. It could
dogs
be
at no
anything.
pets at
I know. I'm a Leo.
No pets
so
at North
I
Point.
said it's the Lions, but I don't want to make it the Lions. Man. I don't want to make it about me. So I'm trying to take suggestions from the parents and from the kids of what they would like to be called. I want it to be something simple that would represent the whole organization. But I'm leaning toward a couple of them. Some people said Fox, which is okay, cool, but when you make it plural, it's Foxes. I like Dragons. Dragons kind of cool, though. Dragons was my top. So
Dragons
somebody
solid.
hit me up with Stars. I think Smithfield Stars.
That flows.
That flows.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
works.
simple.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean?
People say Stars, Cowboys.
Not it's Cowboy Stars.
Yeah.
Stars with an S, not Cowboys. It won't even be blue, Derek.
So what the mascot gonna be? A giant star?
Nah, like,
It'll just be a bunch
like a
of
cluster.
stars.
Yeah.
And the reason I think it's
okay.
Stars, because to me, all of the kids are winners. So they all
Hey,
are
there you
stars.
go.
You know what I mean? Everybody's a star.
There you go.
You know,
Okay,
not
okay,
one
okay.
star shines brighter than the other. I'm leaning toward the stars. But we're going to rep that Maryland flag, though. So stars might be in the Maryland flag. No, Maryland
Okay.
rep that color for everything.
It is. Look,
Yeah,
we
look.
got it right here behind it, man. We represent.
Yeah, we always
absolutely.
You
represent.
got a DC star too as well.
Absolutely.
So
So we're going to probably, I'm leaning toward the star.
okay. All right. Hey, I'm all for it.
It's
Yeah, it works.
So look out for the Smithfield Cheer. Smithfield Cheer is coming. We're gonna hit the ground running with this
4
cheer.
to 11, right?
4 to 11.
Okay.
And like
Now, would that be like per team or?
And see, that's the part
Yeah.
that we had to tackle with the meeting this week. But I think what we're going to do is have the girls cheer on the sidelines of the games and then cheer at the halftime of each game. Because the fields are side by side. They can run from one to the other. And let them cheer by division. Because it's going to be hard to match up a kid with their brother and a kid with their brother because if they have two brothers, which we pick. So we'll let them all cheer for a division. So you'll be a Mike's cheerleader 4 through 6. You'll have your little apparel. You'll cheer during those. They play at the same. Then we do the rookie cheerleaders. So I'm going to lean on some of these high school cheerleaders to come out, give back, help to the kids. I know somebody out there got a daughter that needs some community service hours.
It is.
Yeah.
Right. Get that college out.
You gotta
application.
you gotta get all that stuff done.
Get that thing ready to go. So yeah, there it is. Okay. Now, as far as league expansion, how are we looking? Has anybody reached out to you outside of Charles County? Has anyone contacted you with the work you've been doing here to help further push?
I get reached all the time. I had a good fish on the hook with St. James. Right around COVID, they reached out to me and said they need the blueprint how to run a successful flag football organization. My name had got tossed around. So I went up there for a couple of meetings, reached out to the guys, met with one of the owners, some of the people that they had sitting on their board. We came up with a blueprint how to get flag football at the St. James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we was rolling along fine, man. We had about 300 plus kids signed up. About the greatest show on grass.
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID hit. And once COVID hit, it shut it down. They never reached back out to me, signed the contract, didn't even get my coins.
The same St. James in Virginia, they never hit you back.
They got the blueprint.
Until this day, they still owe you money.
They couple of
Oh, hell
dollars
no.
over there,
So you
they
got
even kept my mannequins, man. They kept my mannequins, my jersey, my flag belts.
They kept the props and
They
all
got my
that,
props
man.
and all, man.
Do they have a league up and running down there now?
I don't even know if I ain't even been back since, man.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but listen,
They got
get called out. I'm just
In
saying,
the words of George Bush, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you know the rest. You know the rest.
Fool me once, you never fool me
They owe me a
again.
couple of dollars. Fool me once, never fool me again. Yeah, they owe me a couple of dollars, man. At least let me get a year gym membership or something.
Something. I mean, come on now.
at least pay for the gas money to get back and forth.
Jeez.
Like I said, we had some good meetings. It never matriculated into anything. They got the blueprint, but they didn't understand it. I hadn't really showed them how to go through the whole process. So I don't know if they got one running or not. They just shut it down, man.
Oh man, they just never return your phone calls back, change the
Emails,
number.
Nothing.
Oh, that's foul.
Oh, that's tough.
That's foul
That's
business.
It's growing interest, St. James.
It is. They look.
Growing interest.
You know what it was? Plot twist. It's St. James that's messing up you with the food truck now.
That's what's behind the scenes.
It's behind the
Oh,
scenes.
we just figured it out.
Somebody get my man Mike Slocum on the mic. or the DC Hammer. I need one of the jokers. I need my man Mike Slocum to come back here.
We gonna figure. We done
Oh
figured
man,
it out.
that's what it is right there.
That's
Now
what it
now it
is.
all makes sense.
Yeah, it all makes sense, man.
Oh man.
Yep.
Damn.
So other counties, I thought about reaching out and spreading out to maybe Calvert County or PG County, but like I said, with this league growing like this, man, sometimes I'm like, I can't wait for the
Yeah.
yeah. Because at first it was cool,
Mhm.
and now it's become like a job, man. It's
Right,
like
right,
a
right.
job. It's only like 2-3 months, but it takes a lot of your time.
You got a co-commissioner?
No, but I'm thinking about bringing on board a general manager.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Like I said, as it started to grow, I can divvy out more assignments to people. I got a hellified team behind me, though. I got assistants. If I need something, they there.
Mhm.
Whether it's putting names on jerseys or inventorying the jerseys when they coming in, unpacking the boxes, man. I have a whole lot of people in my garage working, man. Sir.
Gotta
Shop.
have the team.
Hey, it looked like Nino Brown up in there. See, everybody don't know about that Nino Brown, but
Man,
boy, it
about
look
to cancel
I'm
Christmas.
Nino Brown over here.
Man. Woo.
Yeah, man, I have
Look at White
everybody.
Crips in the
Hey,
Eve, boy.
Hey, they
That's
knock it out, man. They can get a lot of stuff done. 2 or 3 days, man. I have a garage full of kids. They knocking it out. They're gonna get compensated for it.
Oh, definitely.
Make sure they
Yeah,
get paid. They get paid
should.
pretty good to do a little bit of work,
Yeah.
but you got to work for it. They ain't gonna give you nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you consider reaching out to surrounding counties with there's other flag football programs in the area too as well. Do like a versus, or maybe like one day they come to North Point, you play their teams, or a couple teams go up there and play too as well.
I had thought about that. And like I said, that puts you into a whole nother insurance issue. I had reached out to the insurance company. They said, your insurance only cover your kids. So to have visiting kids from another organization play our kids, I would have to change insurances.
So-
you know, their insurance wouldn't cover
right.
those kids.
I don't think to play against our kids. Like I said, it gets kind of gray with certain things. And then after the season, when I'm all done with all them parents, I'm like, in right now. Last game, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. Don't y'all reach out to me. Y'all can go play anybody y'all want to play after the season's over with. Let me know what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even do the tournaments with them. One of the coaches will handle the tournaments because it's so much to do that my focus is on making sure my season is successful.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I'm done. If y'all want to go play another county, go ahead. You know, because like I said, when you fill out the use of field application or the use of premises application, you have to write down with dates and times. So anything outside of the end of my season, I would have to get permission again to use
Right.
the field.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So that starts the whole ball over.
Comments. So Amber asks, is regular youth football a separate entity than youth flag football?
Yeah.
Her reason for asking, she was asking if you would ever think about expanding into tackle football.
I had a lot of people ask me that, man, and I would say tackle football is a different animal.
Right.
And it's a lot for my organizations that run one now. And I think Charles County has too many tackle football.
There's a lot.
Before it was like 5 or 6 of us: La Plata, Waldorf, St. Charles, Westlake. You know, and now it's probably it's a lot. So they don't need another one. You know what I mean?
It just starts diluting.
It starts diluting the talent.
Yeah.
I would love to see all those guys come together and we get back to where we had 5 or 6 strong teams, 50 kids, something like that on there.
Right.
Yeah, and then after really doing some work. Adult flag football? You thought of hopping to that realm right there? I'm looking a little bit at Julie's question here too as well. As far as men's and women's teams, flag football, Charles County, Southern Maryland.
Are we allowed to cuss on this?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's a hell no. That right there, Miss Julie, that's gonna be a hell no. I can't do the smoking, the drinking, the red cups. It's hard enough to stop the parents. So now you're trying to bring that generation onto the field. No, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, facts.
It's not gonna work. It's hard enough keeping the kids in line.
Mm-hmm.
I can keep kids in line with the right parents.
Right.
I can't keep adults in line. You know what I mean? And then I don't want that right there to tarnish what we have with the little kids.
Right.
Because once a bad incident happened, they just going to look at it as SMYFFA. They're not going to really separate with that. Was the big kids.
Right,
that was
right,
the little
right,
kids. Got dogs up there shooting. And I just want to make sure. I'll put all my energy and all my effort to make sure this is very, very successful. I know these kids having a ball. Like I said, some days I don't even want to do it. But when I walk in there and look kids, they dancing in the end zone, they celebrating. You know, that makes it, they get the gritty on, man. They throwing up, they deucing jokers as they run down the field. Like,
Tyreek Hill.
They got the Tyreek Hill cheetah going. So I don't think I really need adults. You know what I mean? It's not a money thing. I'm cool with the little kids.
Right.
If I can get this thing to 500 kids, we good. Then we rolling next spring.
You gonna get it?
They building like crazy. Glen Eagles by itself is about 500 kids over there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're building. And like I said, I don't want to do an adult or a women's league because we having problems getting fields and things that we need for the kids.
Right.
So now I'm gonna need this times 2, times 3. So
Yeah,
I just let's get the basics down packed with the babies first, and then we can move on if we.
Right.
But it won't be you doing that.
I'll never say never,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I had the mind. 22, 23-year-old. That's in fighting. I don't have no time.
Yes. I ain't got it. Now
It's fun. I'll give you that.
Oh,
I
it's fun.
enjoyed
I'll
playing.
watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And I'll help somebody else. If anybody out there want to do this, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But they look for somebody to say, "Oh my God, I'm not reading these comments." Let us move on.
Amber,
Oh,
yes,
God.
we did mention that there's a few girls that play in Smithville, SMY.
Absolutely,
the league,
girls do
so,
play. It's
yep.
co-ed. They beasting out there too.
Yeah.
I love to see them out there with their pink hair and all that stuff, and they
Yeah.
giving the boys the business.
Giving
Yeah,
it,
they
giving
do.
it to them.
Giving it to 'em.
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple of them been playing since they were 4 and 5, so they're all the way to the last end of it. Yeah, and I think flag football is now a sport in college to some of the colleges. Female flag football.
Oh,
I
really?
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
definitely
I'm-
seeing more and more of it.
Right.
And
And like I
they've been
said,
out
Yeah.
flag
yeah,
football
yeah.
is growing, and the fact that the Pro Bowl is now going to be a flag football game.
Yep,
Yeah.
game.
So we getting our shine.
Yeah, that's good.
Not to mention Tua had that head injury, and that whole crazy. That's going to push a whole lot of other kids.
You saw this thing
I
right
can't
here.
go there with you,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, that's
I'm not gonna
tough.
do that.
That's tough, man.
That
You're
was-
not going to make me go there on that
That
one,
kind
buddy.
of scary right
That
there,
scared
man.
me. That's why we have
kinda
mandatory
scary.
helmets, man. You got to have a helmet on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little soft shell. It does a lot
Gotta
up
have a
there.
little soft
Yeah.
shell. I've seen kids bounce into each other and they get right back up. But before that was nasty concussions and head injury. We haven't had, let me find wood. We haven't had anything like that recently with implementation of having soft shell.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm all for it. And not to mention, you saw LeBron, he playing flag football too as
Oh,
well.
yeah, flag football is
Mike
growing,
Vick
man.
out there doing his thing, Ocho Cinco, T.O. So,
Mhm.
and that just adds more notoriety
That
to it.
adds more and more
Yeah,
to it, man.
and people start paying attention to look. So, yeah, I'm
they
all
looking
for it.
locally and stuff like that.
And like I said, it's a
Yeah.
good introduction into tackle football for some of the parents that don't want their kids playing tackle.
Mhm.
So I don't argue with them. Like I said, I'm a tackle dad. I started at 4, 5, 6. Some of them going to wait till they're 9. That's a good age.
Right,
I
right,
think
right.
waiting to high school might be a little too late because you behind the curve.
Yeah,
You're an
facts.
exceptional
For
athlete.
a lot of
Mhm.
a lot of these
Yeah.
kids. Speaking of like big names, NFL, so to speak, have you had like any anyone from that level kind of reaching out, like some of the major sports leagues around here, reaching out to kind of do some co-op with you, or how's that been? As far as like,
We had the Washington Commanders. I've had a couple of meetings, virtual meetings with them.
Dan Snyder in the building. Another one.
I think I messed up a couple times, man. I called them Redskins. I told them it's gonna take me a while.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
just
facts.
switch the name, man. You know, my
Like,
dad
sir,
a
we're the-
Skins fan,
sir,
man.
we
We
are the
Skins, they
Commanders.
Skins
They
fans. You know, they ain't the
Skins, like-
Commanders, the Commodores, whoever we rocking out here.
It's like,
So-
call us the Redskins again. We can find out who do your barbecue on Saturdays.
Right. I reached out. They reached out to me, man. Like I said, they had a good offer on the table where they would pay for my jerseys for the entire year for the whole league. But it only had
Fire.
But it had one condition: the whole entire league had to be Commanders. So I shot that down.
yeah.
It's already confusing enough. I can imagine the questions I get if I got 300 plus kids out there and they all got on the same jerseys with the same helmet on, and grandma come out there talking about where my baby. I don't know.
It'll be a
Yeah,
baby wearing one of
over
them
there.
jerseys with the
He out
500
there
of them.
somewhere. Just yell his name.
So we've been going back and forth. You know, like I said, Commanders reached out to me. University of Maryland. We just had SMY FFL Day where they gave us discounted tickets for Michigan State playing Maryland.
Great game by Maryland.
The XFL reached out to me. So-
Okay.
The Rock
That's
in the building.
Defenders.
Yeah,
The
DC Defenders. Yep.
So we're gonna be working with them in a little bit. So like I said, it's a blessing to have the organization at this level now, where some of these top notch places reach out to.
And they're
little old
calling
me.
you.
They're calling me,
Facts.
and I'm telling them no.
Hey.
We can't be the Commanders. It's an NFL flag. Everybody can't be the Commanders.
Yeah, that's just wild to say too as well. We all your teams, all 30 of them got to be the Commanders.
Commanders.
One name.
Makes
All
absolutely
the same
no sense.
jersey too as well.
Yes.
The burgundy, the gold, the white.
Right.
You know, it's just
That's gonna be too much for
Makes
nah.
zero
Yeah.
sense.
They're not gonna blow my inbox up with all them emails, man. Who signed out for this?
Yeah,
Y'all not gonna get me
hell
like that.
no.
what if they wanted the drop? Have you drop the Southern Maryland? Put Commanders Youth Flag Football League. Would you win for that one?
Like I said, man, that who was it? Michael Jordan that said y'all wasn't with me shooting jumpers in the gym.
Hey, Kobe.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
You wasn't with
I
me
was
shooting.
shooting-
Yeah,
Hey,
shooting in the
facts.
gym.
I was
No.
struggling back in the
Yeah.
man. Nah, I wouldn't do that. NFL
About to
flag it is,
swoop
man.
in.
Right, NFL
Yeah.
flag. Now they can come slide one of those 6 digits across the table. We could talk.
Right.
But nah, I do it more for the kids than for the money. See, I'm afraid that I don't have anybody to pass this baton to. I don't know what'll happen if I let somebody else.
Mm.
Like I said, for the Commanders to reach out to me and just throw money at it lets me know they're not sincere. Because if you want to throw money at me, like I said, just take all of my kids up to a game. Bus us all up there.
Mhm.
Bring me 4 buses down. Take everybody to a game. Bring a couple of injured players, a couple of retired players down here to Southern Maryland. Do an autograph session for a day. Or let us play our championship game inside the stadium. It's ways that you can do. They need the good PR.
Yeah, you
Right
good.
about now.
I'm good.
Yeah,
We just floating down
And
here
they
in
ain't got
Southern
the
Maryland,
cases and all this other
man. Right,
nonsense.
they
Yeah.
did good PR, man. Don't come down here just a photo op, man. Don't do
Yeah,
that to
yeah,
us.
facts.
They know again.
That go for $1 billion businesses and local politicians too as well.
Everybody, man. We put
Yeah,
that
they know.
kibosh on nobody.
I'll
Don't
be
come
out there
down
with the hard hat on, the
Getting
vest
the shovel in the ground.
shovel.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Got the suit on with dirt all around. You're like, man, you better
Right.
that's some Gucci loafers, but I get all tore up.
Yeah, don't come out here with that, man. No, we good. We just gonna keep doing what we doing down here in Southern Maryland, letting it roll like it roll, man. We don't need all that publicity. It is nice. Like I said, they are offering a helping hand, but we can't be bought.
And as you felt more so like they're just trying to buy you.
Right.
Obviously, throw the name all over the place.
So the name, next thing you know,
Yeah.
man, they done did this. They turned this into nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, don't come down here with that.
Yeah, but they had the pictures though.
They
so.
got pictures all over the NFL. We on Monday Night Football, you know, after they do that drive down by
Yeah.
Georgetown and show Ben's Chili Bowl about once or twice. Next thing you know, they got all my kids out there and they done turned this into the best thing ever. Nah, you can't do that.
Oh, for that game, they'll make sure they're playing on turf too as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but make sure all the cameras out there.
Had
so.
a Madden bus out here and everything.
Yeah.
what would have been your counter? To all right, maybe not the whole league and everybody, but what would have been your counter that you believe was reasonable? You know what I'm saying? If they would have accepted it, based on your term.
I think shorts. If they wanted to put black shorts on all the kids with the Washington Commanders,
Okay.
I'm good with that. If they wanted me to put the W on some jerseys, because it's
Right.
an NFL flag.
Right.
So some of the coaches, and like I said, it's hard enough to get coaches, but if you're a Cowboy fan, you don't want to be the Commander.
Yeah.
If you're an Eagles fan, you don't want to be the Commanders. I'm a Raiders fan, so I don't want to be the Commander. You see what I mean? But like I said, you can't just. It's plenty of opportunity that if they want to donate to the organization, what they can do and make it memorable for the kids. Like I said, pay for them to come to a game. Bring retired players, cheerleaders down here.
Yeah.
Bus us all up there. It's plenty of opportunity. Invite them to the stadium and the locker rooms. Let them walk around for a day. They even asked, would you like your kids to come to the halftime of one of the games and perform? Halftime, what, 15, 20 minutes?
Right.
So we got kids from 4 to 17. How are we going to play? How does that work?
They just
Running around chasing each other. The big kids throwing the ball deep and little kids running around, parents mad, somebody get hurt. Nah.
They look crazy.
That was another no.
Yeah, another no.
They like this. Work with nobody.
With all their bad ideas.
All their bad ideas. I
That's it.
counter with the good ideas.
Then
I
you
haven't
look
heard
bad.
anything.
You look bad, like the
Right.
bad guy, like you ain't trying to explain.
Right.
but
So they said
really,
if you don't take my offer about the jersey, we'll move on. Well, I'll
So
move
be
on
it.
to the Baltimore Ravens, see if they take us up on something.
Right. Look,
Lamar
there's
cooked it
options,
anyway.
baby. Don't sit here and act like y'all the only one.
Right, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I got options.
We got options. We find where we at. But they did offer discount tickets to all the home games.
That's what's up.
So that's good. It's a link that I'll share with discounted tickets for all the home games, and the organization gets $5 from each ticket. So, and
So
the same
it's
with the
still
University
something
of
that kinda
Maryland.
goes back to
yeah,
you
it's
all.
same University of Maryland did it for the Michigan State game. Got $5 back tickets.
Okay.
I don't know what the agreement is going to be with the XFL. Come out catch some of that. But
Yeah,
it's
those
good
XFL
for the
games gonna
kids.
be it's gonna be great.
Oh, they're gonna be
Yeah,
live.
yeah,
They're gonna
yeah.
be live. I don't know where they're gonna play it. If they play it at Audi Stadium, that soccer stadium.
Yeah,
I'm about to say
they're probably playing
supposed to be
Audi.
playing
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah,
I say they played last time.
down
This
there.
stadium is nice.
Yeah.
That area is cranking,
Different,
man.
yeah.
You just go down like a random day of the week.
Mhm.
It's the lights is popping. Everybody's out there
There's a lot
walking
around there
around.
too as well.
It's gonna
yeah.
be nice when they start playing, cause
Right.
man, yeah.
So
It's
that's
right
why I
across
say
from that stadium too as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a good area.
So
Traffic's
it
gotten
feel
better.
good to be able to have some of these top-notch places reach out to us, give me an opportunity to provide something memorable experience.
We're gonna start to wrap this podcast up, but I want to get to something.
Okay.
5 years from now, where do you see Southern Maryland or Smithville at?
5 years from now, still on top of things, man. Cutting edge, leading the pack. Like I said, I'm putting my foot on the gas now. We're gonna see how this thing grow. We're gonna have cheer.
Right.
Cheer should be in full bloom 5 years from now. Kids that's 4 and 5 will be about 9 or 10. So that's going to be hopefully those young ladies can go and do cheer competition.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're going to put a good product out there. I hope to keep the product rolling. I'm running out of innovative ideas for these little boys. But like I said, where else can you go as a youth organization? You got a 360 machine out there. You can make videos. We got a backdrop out there for the kids to take pictures.
camera, get the games recorded.
We had a video company come in and record the games, made a professional hype video of the league.
Nice.
So I'm always looking at other organizations, seeing what they're doing. See, can my kids do that? Can we do that too? So I want to make sure my kids have the best of everything. When I say my kids, I mean all of the kids, because I treat the kids like they're my kids.
Right.
They do something wrong, I gotta fuss at them.
Right.
If they do something good, Mr. Reggie, give me a job reference. Mr. Reggie. That's what I think. 5 years from now, I want to see the community more involved in the organization. That's my goal. I want everybody to be on the same page. I want the elected officials out at the game joining. These kids, this is the community. This is the community that you serve, people that we voted for. You know, we're not asking for, like I said, I'm not asking for a handout. You don't have to pay for me, but you can hand up. Okay, well, let me do this. Or let me come out here. Just don't come out here during election time. They're going to get that no, man. I drop them no's quick. I take 3 extra ones with me every Saturday morning. Nah, bro. You're not going to be able to use us, but I want the kids to be able to give back. Like I said, I teach the kids how to give back. I teach the kids how to work for some money. Don't sit here and put a Cash App up there or something, or GoFundMe. Come out here and work. Get you a couple of coins in your pocket. But before we cut off, you got to get to that grab bag, right?
Yeah, so
Yes,
that's
sir.
why I kind of threw the camera on me too as well. So Reggie hit me up early today. He asked me what size I wear.
Yes, sir.
So I went ahead and told him, and he came here with this nice package here. I have not opened this up yet.
Hey,
I'm not.
little reveal,
Little
you know what I
unboxing.
mean?
Yeah.
So I got a little tag on here too as well. It says Ricky BNY Network, Reggie Barksdale, Smithville. See that right there too as well. You can see that. I'm even going to rip that off. Where my camera at?
Dragons.
There, camera right there. There it is. Actually, you know what? It's two as well.
Hey,
Like to collect-
that goes up on the wall, like we said, baby.
like to collect things from the podcast. So obviously, you run a T-shirt business.
Yes.
Right.
And a 360 business.
We got here.
Okay.
Little reveal, you know what I'm saying?
We got a little reveal here.
Little box
I'm off
opening.
the clock.
Oh
Hey,
man,
facts.
is that?
That
Yeah,
was the
Super
ring
Bowl
that I
ring.
got the kids, man.
Look at that right there.
Go ahead and break it out the plastic, man. Peel that plastic off.
So this is the rings you got for all the kids this year.
That was the rings that the kids got. Take it off the brass, let that bling hit them.
Oh shit! Take a look at this. Hold a second, y'all. Bear with me. It's got some weight to it. Oh man,
That's
feel
tough.
that.
That's tough. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, man. The kids wore them to school. They were losing them at school. I was taking days off to go to lunch with the kids, man. It was like, yo.
Oh, that feel good. Yeah, look at that.
It's tough.
God. That's fantastic.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Solid.
Hey, all guests that come through here, y'all see what Reggie doing?
Hey, we gonna set the bar high. I
Keep
told
that in
you,
mind,
man.
right?
We set the bar high. I got one for you in the truck too. I ain't leave you out. I carry with two. I'm like Noah's Ark, man. I come with two.
No. Oh, look. Oh, second. Hold up. Got the own jersey right here. Flag football jersey too as well. And on the back of it. On the back of it.
Solid.
Hey,
BNY
flip
Network.
it inside out. Flip it inside out.
Oh, it's reversible.
And it's
yes,
reversible
sir.
too as well.
They man
All
yelling.
the jerseys reversible.
Reverse. Hey, I told you.
Hey, look, real quick. I know your jokes too as well. The Commanders, yeah. Season not going very well. It's all good. Still a fan though. Still a fan. Look at that. And then got the Williams from the back right there. Rick Will, but
Solid,
Reggie
solid.
Barksdale made it. This is great,
Definitely
dude.
solid,
Look at
bro.
that.
Nah, this is good product right here.
And then of course, the
Gotta
kids will
have
love this
football
right
to put
here.
up here, man. You gotta put that.
that might actually have a place on the table right there. We might have to do a little stand on the table. We might have to make that a staple, bro. I mean, at
And
this
Rick and
point.
Jesse, this thing gonna disappear.
Hey, let the kids
Hey,
have
let
it,
that
man.
happen,
You gotta
bro.
let the kids. I get you another one, man.
Yeah.
Come by, man.
I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna toss it right to him.
You gotta
right.
let the kids have
They
it,
gonna
man.
disappear for an hour.
Yeah, you gotta
Hey,
let the
look.
kids have it, man.
Y'all
Dude,
check
Reggie,
this out,
appreciate you, man.
Check
Hey,
this
man,
out.
I appreciate you guys, man. I'm
Absolutely.
definitely gonna be
Absolutely.
back, man. I'm definitely
Please
gonna come back.
do.
I appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. We're gonna wrap up here properly too as well.
Please
We ain't
come
off the air yet, but yeah, absolutely. Like I tell everybody, come on BNY. You know,
Definitely.
nobody just comes through one time. So Yeah, that's fantastic, man. That's
Yes, sir. I'm in the basement,
good
y'all,
product,
with
bro.
like Pete Rock
Yeah,
and
yeah,
CL
yeah,
Smooth.
yeah. What Sean says like Rap City.
BNY in the basement, baby.
Reminisce over you, my God.
Yeah.
Stay
How many
tuned for the
kids are currently
B-sides.
playing for Southern Maryland? Currently, I have 328 kids. I'm loving what you're doing. I will find out what I can. Absolutely. I can be reached at commish, COMMISH, at SMYFFL.com.
Yep, and Julie Brown, running for District 2, Charles County School Board of Education. So,
Thank you, Miss Julie. And
yeah,
absolutely. And
also
like
a
I
friend
said,
of the podcast.
you can follow us on Southern Maryland Youth Flag Football League on Facebook. You can send me a personal friend request, or you can send me a request there. Or if you need to email me, you can email me at commish at smyffl.com. Not hard to find. I'll speak with anybody from the school systems, local officials, whoever's out there that can help my kids get to the place where we need them.
Facts.
Let's get it. Yeah, and we're here to help connect too as well.
Absolutely. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. Man. We're gonna
BNY,
reach.
yeah, we're a network, but we also do networking. So
We're going to network.
Yeah.
Make your
Definitely got some
network your
people in
best
our
work.
pocket.
Yeah.
Facts.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As far as us, this is October, so we back at it. We got 5 more
We got a
podcasts.
slate.
Yeah.
We got some stuff lined up for y'all.
So-
y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, so Friday we got Charles County Hispanic Heritage Month Fiesta. They'll be on here. Pascal,
Shout out to our girl Pascal.
Sean too as well. They'll be in the building with us Monday, October 10th. We have Stacy Lynn. She'll be on the podcast running for Commissioner District 4. Nicole Kramer, she'll be back on the podcast too as well. She's one of our first guests we had.
Shout out to Nicole. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yo,
District-
Okay.
District-
very
I
good
met her
friend.
at the pop-up.
Yeah, yep. I'll get y'all connected too as well.
I met her.
Very
I
good
met them
friend,
all.
Nicole.
Yep.
Yeah. We got Marquita Bushrod for Delicate and Michelle Talkerton too as well.
They coming on the
They'll be
same
both on the
time, right?
podcast. Get me on in November. We can make something happen. Maybe
Yeah,
election
you know
night.
you welcome. Come
Yeah,
on
yeah.
now. All you gotta do is let us know
Yeah,
when.
yeah.
You already know.
Do some election night work. And then Friday, October 21st, we got Carlos Childs, another friend of the podcast as well.
That's the first.
Yeah, vote for question 4 rally, Chesapeake Apothecary. So I think I said that right. Apothecary. Let's make sure. Yeah. So yeah, this he's doing a rally for vote for question 4. It's marijuana legalization locally. So yeah, it's a lot that comes with that. So should be a lively conversation event. And the event for that too as well is going to be at the Chesapeake Apothecary. There it is on October 22nd. It's a Saturday from 12 to 4. So morning, go ahead and check out Smithville Games. We'll be out there too as well.
Come on out.
And then tend to ride a little bit later. So it's right next to the Moose in Waldorf, White Plains. So there it is. Laura Kelly, thank you for all you do for the youth of Charles County. Reggie, thank you for all you do.
Thank you for
Absolutely
being
You're
on
appreciate
welcome.
it.
BNY
Thank you
as
all,
well.
man. Thank you all,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah.
Like I
Absolutely.
said, it's a
Sure.
lot that goes on behind the scenes that people have no idea.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
I
a lot,
imagine.
man.
Yeah.
It's a lot. We're gonna talk more about it, but yeah, it's a lot to go on. Like I
Six-
said, we get it on Saturdays from 9 to 1.
Mhm.
North Point High School, right by the tennis courts.
Yeah.
November 5th and the 6th, championship weekend, will be inside the stadium. If anybody in the area, come out and support the kids.
We'll be there.
6 years in, how many more you got left in the tank?
I don't know.
Yeah, you just gonna ride it out till the
Hey,
wheels
I think
fall
I'm gonna
off,
ride
baby.
till the wheels fall off. Hey, until I can find someone to pass the baton to.
Facts, no
And
doubt.
then I'll probably stay on. They're going to have to pay me some type of consultant fee.
Yeah, at least for the first couple
Understandable,
years.
though.
I hate to just hop off and then everybody like, Dad, Mr. Reggie left. Because
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
even with
definitely.
other parents that go to different organizations, they come back and be like, yo, I know you're a pain in the butt, but it's run smooth over here. I'm like, yeah, see, I told y'all appreciate some leadership, some organization,
A
Yeah.
voice.
a voice.
Yeah, you see me out there. I'm active on
Somebody
social
fighting
media.
for the kids, right? I don't
Yeah.
have to be out there every Saturday.
Right.
I can just do virtual payments to everybody that's
Yeah,
out
then
there
keep it
Saturday
moving,
evening.
keep it
Keep it
pushing.
moving. And I want to be out there. I think I even reffed a couple of games a couple of weeks ago.
Will you get back to coaching the team?
I would like to coach the little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun to see the little kids. They always running the wrong way. They out there eating bugs, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. The little kids is fun, man. They make it all worthwhile.
Word.
Once they get
word.
older, it's the whole concept of winning, arguing, fussing,
Yeah,
out.
right.
But like I said, 4, 5, 6, 7,
They just
8,
having a good time.
they just having a good time. They don't even. They just want bringing snacks.
Yeah, it's true.
facts.
Who got the
Yeah.
best snack bag?
Uh-huh.
So I would love to get back out there. Just be out.
Going for it. It's Lamont over here talking about. You know what that's about? Hey, I know.
Come on, Lamont, man. Don't do it like that, man. Why?
Little inside drama right there.
Inside drama, man. Lamont, I'm trying to get a food truck, bro. Don't do that.
Hey, Lamont, I'm gonna see you this week. I'm gonna ask you offline about that one.
See, best
That's
part of the
what's
game,
up.
watching the little kids, man. Come on out, man.
Absolutely.
Little kids, my 4, 5, and 6-year-olds play at 9. And then 10 o'clock is probably the 7, 8-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Come on out and watch the little kids, man. You haven't experienced that until you watch these little kids run out.
Quick question.
Yes.
What?
You said fall and spring leagues, right?
Yes.
What are typically your registration dates? So like next, because you're already fall registration is over, right?
Fall registration is over.
Okay.
Spring registration is generally championship day.
Okay.
So the championship day of whatever season, that's when the other registrations start.
Okay.
Championship day of the fall is when spring registrations go.
Gotcha.
Championship day of the spring is fall registration. It may be delayed a little bit this year because I want to switch the portal over to another portal or registration portal because I want to add cheer into it.
Okay.
For the fall.
Okay.
So I got to be able, for the spring. So I got to get a portal where I can have the young ladies sign up, select cheer.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm working with somebody. I got a meeting scheduled with Sports Connect on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So I'm trying to
Sports Connect. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because NFL Flag uses Sports Connect. If Sports Connect can allow me to do cheer, because I don't think their youth organizations have cheer. So I'm trying to outrun all of the NFL Flags.
Trying to get
in
ahead of the
United
game.
States. Yeah, because they reached out to me and asked me about apparel. Do I have anybody to personalize my jerseys or put out apparel? I got somebody. Like, who? And I was like, me. I was like, you do that too? I said, yes, sir. We do that too.
All right.
So, like I said, everybody trying to be a part of something. I want to have the little mamas. So I get the little girls out there and they have their little NFL logos and all their cheer apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Something special.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I got my jersey too as well. I'm gonna be out there. Soft shell helmet on my Subway.
How long is registration period? Spring registration will probably start in November and it'll probably end in March. We're going to cut it off a month early so that we can have time to personalize 400 or 500 jerseys and get everything, get equipment bags, stuff and made. That way I won't have a garage full of people and everybody looking in. Dope over there.
Yeah.
So I got to get all that stuff working. You know what I mean? I wanted to stop a month early so we'll have time to do that. Registration period usually lasts 3-4 months.
Okay. Definitely.
All right, let's get it. And we'll put the word out too. You share it, we'll share it. So.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I'll be back over here in the basement, man. I'm coming live, Rap City.
Hey, you know what it is.
Always
Yes,
welcome.
sir.
Hey, throw that beat on. Vegas.
Let it rock.
Bring that going, bring that Bonaparte in.
Yeah.
Charles County, appreciate y'all as always. Southern Maryland,
Thank
nothing
you,
but love.
everyone.
Once again, Rick Will, Setman, host, moderator, co-owner, BNY Network, with my man Dev right here. All the same titles too as well. Put the code next to it. Reggie Barksdale, thank you very much for everything.
Thank
We'll
you
see
for
you
having
very
me.
soon. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I got a 30-yard flag football, which I ain't mess with y'all.
Got jokes on the way out.
I ain't not mess with y'all tonight. Y'all go and take care of the comment section. We up
We
out
out.
of here.
And this was fun.
What's going on with you?
Yo, another day in the lab, baby. So it's always a good day.
Oh,
It's
shit.
always a good day when we in the lab. You want policing to be better in your communities? The best policing that you can that can happen in any community are people that's actually from the community and that.
Once again, Rick, host BNY Podcast, now known as What Happened Week with BNY. Dev, how you feeling, man?
I'm in here.
It's good comment section.
Yeah.
Do we drag our people down when sometimes they don't deserve it? For sure, absolutely. In this situation, this man deserves every single dragging that we can do because this is not an example of us.
But you got the angles. You got the knowledge of the game, bro.
This is where you're getting at, the IQ.
On it, down. Like he's telling you what's going on. How he was a bad husband. How he was just doing things his way. He's apologizing to his wife, like, yo.
Pat ourselves on the back for that one because if you ain't give yourself awards, I mean, who is?
Yeah, no boy.
Hey.